All right, this is my part two of uh, reaching your goals for achieving a music degree. So, another biggie that I didn't really come to the realization until recently is the fact that, you know, colleges vary dramatically in their curriculum, even for the same exact degree. So, for instance, you might have a college for music degree that the core curriculum for music is heavily music theory intensive, or you might have somewhere that's more leaning ear training intensive. But it just all depends on where you go. And there's also great options online that make all the difference, I think. Um, I don't want to say like anywhere specifically to be, biased or sway anyone. Um, but I will say that what works for me is somewhere like I believe it's Baptist Florida University. Appears to have a good music program. Liberty University Online has a great music degree for specifically worship studies. So, those are some good options. If you are a person of faith and you would like to have, biblical classes alongside your music classes, I do know, like, in the secular world, Berkeley has free resources that you can, anytime access if you make a free account. I did that recently. I haven't had much time to check it out. It's been too busy, but that's a good, uh, that's a good thing that they offer for people. Yeah. Um, you know, knowing, I guess, knowing what your goals are. Um, if you're someone who really wants to be a concert pianist or a conductor, you're going to want somewhere more advanced and intensive with the music theory classes and what they have to offer. If you're someone like me that your goal is to, end up being a private vocal coach or, just better your voice as a performer, you're going to, you're going to go towards something that's not as intensive. And that's something that they don't really let you know up front. You kind of just find out. Um, and this is just, again, a personal opinion. I don't think someone who is a music degree seeking person with an emphasis on vocal performance shouldn't have as much as someone who is doing music education. And some colleges, you can hardly tell the difference. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But I do think that there should be even more so differences between the two. And just thinking about, you know, again, maybe you might want to change your degree to a minor. But what's really interesting, so some minors that about have the same amount of classes that you would for an associate's in music. And again, it just goes back to where you choose to go and really thoroughly research different schools before you even make that big decision because they're very different. And I just know just being a first generation college student in my family, I had an older brother that went and some cousins, older cousins. But when you don't know, you don't know. And I think people think going into college, like you researched and like you know what you're doing, but honestly, you don't. Like young or old, you're still figuring out the degree seeking, like what is involved in that package, depending on the school. So yeah, those are my tips.